So we're getting a lot of sap today. It's plus 16 right now. It's a pretty warm day. The last few days have been below zero, so we haven't really had much sap production. But today it's definitely flowing, so we're gonna go and collect some. I got my first jug here. There may have been some bugs when I was pouring the sap into my main jug here, but when I go to pour it into the evaporator, I filter all that out. So you don't need to worry too much about the bugs. They're not gonna be in the final product, so. All right, let's see what else we can get. So as you can see, it's flowing really good now. We got a consistent drip. Sorry, it's really, really windy out here today. The temperature went up to 16 degrees and it's been 0 for the last 3 days. So the wind is just natural to come with the warmer weather. But as you can see here, it's got a consistent drip. This tree is really flowing. So I'm gonna catch the rest of these guys because I don't want to waste all the drops. We like to just use a 4-liter container you get from your convenience store, grocery store, anywhere like that. And we collect the sap. You want to burn a hole on it just snug enough to hold the tap, but not too big that it can blow off in these windy days. Just keep an eye on it on these days that it is flowing, because it's not unlikely you'll be collecting maybe 2 times a day. So just keep an eye on them, but yeah, let the tree do the rest of the work, and then we'll go on to the next process after this. Transfer them from the 4-liter containers to the 15-liter jug, and from there we fill it into our, it's kind of like an oven roaster evaporator, but we'll funnel it from there into our evaporator. We always filter it. We filter like 2, 3, 4 times during this process. You want to make sure you get the sand out, the bugs out, any debris, so that you have the cleanest or purest maple syrup. Let's get collecting the rest of them. This one here we used a pop bottle just because we don't have any extra, but look how full that is. I put this out this morning. Here. Look at this. It's awesome. Okay, so we're back inside. We have our sap. We filled up about 10 liters of this 15-liter water jug here, and we're going to filter it inside of the evaporator. Now, this is the evaporator that we like to use. We bought it from Value Village many years ago. It's an old countertop roasting oven. It gets up to 450 degrees. It steams off really well for us, so we just plug it in, kind of set it, forget it, just go about our daily business. Then we come back, we top it up a little bit until we use up all of our sap, and transfer it to a smaller pot once we get a reasonable level. And it's just as easy as this. I find this container can hold about 1 whole 15-liter jug. I'll probably go and collect some more later. There's the moths. And then I just lift it up out. Get that out of there. All right, so now that we have this here, we're gonna plug it in, set it at 450, and then just let it evaporate. I'll slowly add some more sap that we collect throughout the rest of the day into this. But once we have all the sap that we've collected in here, and it's reduced down to probably about a quarter of what you see here, I'll then filter it again into another pot. But for now, let's get this guy evaporating. It's gonna take a while. So the sap's really flowing today. We just collected this bucket maybe about half hour ago, and look at it. It's half full. I'm gonna have to come around and collect the buckets again. I have a lot of sap. Right? That just means for a lot of syrup. It's flowing. Love this time of year. Don't want to waste any, so I'm going to get this jug off now. Here's my little maple syrup helper, just tagging along as we do these trees. Look at her, she's so cute. It was 16 degrees yesterday. Now it's snowing. It's 0, so it's not that bad, but yeah. She's acting all strange like this because it's spring and getting close to mating season. This is when she gets all weird. Come on, girl. Come on. You're alright, girl. You're alright, girl. You're alright. Alright, let's go tap some more maples. Let's go collect some more sap. Come on, lady. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. We got work to do, lazy butt. We got work. Let's go. All right, we're evaporating. We're about a day into this now. I've already added another, I'd say about a full jug of sap to this. Yesterday was a really good day for flow. We were producing a lot of sap from those maple trees. This morning it was snowing, but still above 0, so we did get a little bit of sap that I can add into this pot as well, and we'll just keep evaporating it down till it gets close to the bottom. I normally do a rule of thumb, it's like an inch off of bottom, and then I'll transfer it into a smaller pot and start boiling it down from there. Right. It's just for now, letting it evaporate a little, filling it back up, letting it evaporate, filling it back up till I don't have no more sap. And then we can start the boiling process. But for now, we're just waiting. This is why I like this this oven roaster that kind of sits on the countertop. You can just set it and forget it. Just go about your day and it slowly evaporates down. You don't have to worry about doing a whole day with a boil, which I'm not against. That's just how we do our maple sapping and make our maple syrup. We don't really have much time for that. So we find this is much more convenient. Okay, so we steamed off a lot of the water with our little makeshift evaporator that we have, and we've transferred it now into this stock pot to boil it down the rest of the way. We're probably going to get a lot of syrup with this batch. We had to fill that evaporator up 3 times. So we'll see. Now it's just watching it. We have our digital thermometer to check the temperature, and we're looking for 219, 220. Okay, so we've now transferred it from the stock pot to a smaller pot here, and we're gonna finish off the boil process now. We have our digital thermometer in because you really want to pay attention at this stage. We're at 214, and this rises really fast now, so we're gonna just keep an eye on it. You might notice the foaming on the top here. Pretty soon it'll start to go out of control, and we'll just remove it from the heat. Or some people put some butter inside to remove the foam because you just don't want it to overflow. You'll spill your sugar everywhere or your syrup everywhere. But this is the crucial stage. Just pay attention, keep an eye on it, and we're looking for that 220, 219 temperature. And see the digital thermometer there? This is the end stage. this is why you really want to pay attention to your syrup when you're finishing it off. Because it could overflow, and then you got a sticky mess on your hands.
Some people add butter.
Yeah, some people add butter. I just lift it off because I have a small amount. If you're doing a big batch, I wouldn't be lifting it. I'd probably cut it with butter. So aside from using your digital thermometer, you can also use the spoon method where you just pour some off to see the consistency. We don't own a spectrometer, so that's how we also see if it's ready. See how it coats the spoon. We're getting close now. All right, we have maple syrup. We're at 219. I know it's fluctuating there, but it's 219. We're gonna take this out and turn off our heat because it's gonna bubble over again. And wait till the foam goes down and I'll show you guys what it looks like there. It foams up a lot at this stage, but see? We have maple syrup, and that's the temperature you're going for, 219. We're gonna now strain it out into our measuring cup here. That's good. We're gonna filter this into our measuring cup, see how much we got in the end. Now you wanna make sure you do this process just to make sure you get all the sands and just debris that's left over from the baking or from the evaporation process. And there we go. It'll take a little bit of time, but we're just gonna let it sit here and drain through this cloth. All right, so there you have it. We got about 4 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And I know it's not a conventional way to process your maple sap, but that's how we like to do it. We find it's the best method for us. But yeah, so I'd say that's probably about 4 1/2 in the end, but we're gonna jar it up and preserve it so we have it for months to come. Thank you for watching our video. Like and subscribe, and here's to the maple season. All right, 6 jars. Not bad at all. We just caught a chip right here. Probably see it in the film. You don't want to have that, so I'm going to switch the jar out. Your jar won't seal properly if you have a chip. That's why you always inspect your jars before you throw them in the canner. And we're just going to be water bath canning these guys today, probably about, I'd say 10 minutes at a boil, about 1 inch above. So you want 1 inch clearance of water above your jars.